Hello everyone, and welcome back to our IELTS Writing Masterclass. In our last video, we talked all about opinion essays, where your personal viewpoint is the star of the show. But what happens when the question asks you to do something a little different? What if it wants you to be more like a neutral judge, examining two different sides of an argument fairly before you share your own thoughts? That, my friends, is where the discussion essay comes in. This type of essay is super important because it tests your ability to explore opposing arguments, to see both sides of an issue, and then to come to your own informed conclusion. It's about showing you can present information objectively and then offer a balanced perspective. In this video, we're going to teach you exactly how to identify these questions, the perfect structure you need to follow to get a high score, and how to use language to seamlessly move between different perspectives. So, let's get ready to discuss.
Alright, first things first. How do you know if you're looking at a discussion essay? Well, the prompt will always give you a big clue. It will present you with two contrasting sides of an issue. It's like the question is saying, here's one idea and here's another, opposite idea. What do you think? The most classic phrasing you'll see is, discuss both these views and give your own opinion. This is the absolute dead giveaway. You might also see a prompt that starts with a statement like, some people believe, and then follows it up with another statement starting with, while others argue that, and then it will tell you to discuss both sides. Sometimes, though less common for a pure discussion essay, questions about advantages and disadvantages can also require you to discuss two opposing aspects of a topic. So, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is very clear. You must dedicate significant space in your essay to exploring each of these viewpoints fairly and logically. You can't just focus on one side.
Now here's the golden rule for writing a discussion essay, and it's super important. In your body paragraphs, you need to act like a neutral judge. Think of yourself as a fair reporter, not someone trying to win an argument. Your job is not to immediately try and prove one side is absolutely right and the other is completely wrong. No. Your job is to fairly represent both arguments. You need to explain why some people hold view A, and then, in the next paragraph, explain why others hold view B. To do this, you need to use neutral reporting language. This is key. Instead of saying, I think this is true because, you'll say things like, proponents of this view argue that. It is often claimed that. Supporters of this idea suggest. Those who disagree, on the other hand, maintain that. Critics of this viewpoint suggest. Using this kind of language makes it clear that you are presenting someone else's argument, not necessarily your own. And speaking of your own opinion, remember to save it for where it's specifically asked for. Usually that's in the introduction and the conclusion. Your body paragraphs are for presenting the information fairly.
So, what does the perfect structure for a discussion essay look like? It's logical, it's clear, and it makes sure you address every part of the question. Your introduction. First, you'll paraphrase the two opposing views that are presented in the prompt. Then, your thesis statement needs to do two things. State that the essay will explore both sides, and if the question asks for your opinion, which it usually does, you'll give your opinion here too. Body paragraph 1. This paragraph is completely dedicated to discussing the first viewpoint you identified. You'll explain what it is and why people believe it, and of course use the Peel method. State your point, explain it, give an example, and link it. Body paragraph 2. This paragraph is dedicated to the second, opposing viewpoint. Again, you'll explain what it is, why people believe it, and use Peel. Remember that neutral language. Your conclusion. Finally, your conclusion will briefly summarize the two perspectives you've discussed. Then, you will clearly restate your own opinion, just like in an opinion essay. This structure is really straightforward and ensures you cover all the necessary bases for a high score.
To move smoothly from discussing one viewpoint to the next, you need powerful transition words. These are the glue that holds your essay together, and they are absolutely crucial for a high score in coherence and cohesion. The most important place you'll use these linking words is at the start of your second body paragraph. This is where you're making the pivot from view A to view B. Using a strong contrast word here is like putting up a bright signpost for the examiner, telling them exactly what you're doing. So, start that second body paragraph with something like, however, on the other hand, in contrast, or conversely. These words clearly signal that you are now presenting the opposing side. You can also use linking words within a paragraph to show contrast, such as while, or whereas, or even despite this. Mastering these linking words will make your essay flow beautifully and show the examiner your strong command of English.
Okay, let's put all of this into practice. Here's a classic discussion essay prompt about technology in education. We need to discuss two different views. One side believes technology is a helpful tool, and the other thinks it's a distraction. We also need to give our own opinion. The prompt is, some people believe that technology is a powerful tool for improving education, while others think it is mainly a distraction for students. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. So our plan is simple. In body paragraph 1, we will explore view A, technology as a helpful tool. We'll talk about things like access to information and interactive learning. In body paragraph 2, we will explore view B, technology as a distraction. We'll talk about social media and games. And our own opinion, which we'll state in the introduction and conclusion, is that while technology can be a distraction, its benefits as an educational tool are actually greater. We lean towards view A being more significant. This clear plan makes it much easier to structure our essay and ensure we cover all the requirements.
Let's look at the bookends of our essay, the introduction and the conclusion. These are super important for setting up your argument and wrapping it up nicely. Our introduction does a great job of paraphrasing the two views from the prompt. It talks about the significant debate and mentions that many educators champion it as a revolutionary educational tool, that's view A, while others contend that it serves primarily as a source of distraction, that's view B. Then, the thesis statement is perfect. It clearly states the essay will discuss both of these perspectives and then gives our opinion, before arguing that the advantages of technology in education ultimately outweigh its potential drawbacks. It's concise, it covers the prompt, and it gives our opinion. Now, let's look at the conclusion. It does the same job in reverse. It starts with, in conclusion, to signal the end. It then summarizes both sides, acknowledging the valid concern that technology can divert students' attention, that's view B, but also highlighting the immense benefits it offers in terms of access to information and engaging learning experiences, that's view A. And finally, it clearly restates our position. Therefore, I believe that when implemented correctly, technology is an invaluable asset to modern education rather than a hindrance. It's a confident and clear closing statement. By having these clear introduction and conclusion statements, the examiner knows exactly where you stand and what your essay is about, right from the start and right at the end.
Now, let's dive into the body paragraphs, where we use the Peel method to develop each viewpoint fairly. Let's look at our first body paragraph, which focuses on view A, technology as a tool. It starts with, on the one hand, a perfect linking phrase for introducing the first view. The point is that technology provides unparalleled access to information and resources. The explanation elaborates on this, saying students aren't limited to textbooks and can explore online materials. The example is very concrete. A biology class can use interactive simulations to understand complex processes like cell division. This makes the idea of interactive learning very clear. The link then reinforces the benefit. This interactive engagement is believed to foster a deeper and more lasting understanding. Now, let's look at our second body paragraph, which discusses View B, technology as a distraction. This paragraph brilliantly starts with "on the other hand," a clear signal that we are switching perspectives. The point is that digital devices are a significant source of distraction. The explanation clarifies why. With easy access to social media, games, and entertainment websites, students may struggle to maintain focus. The example is very relatable. A prime example is a student using a laptop for research who can easily be tempted to check notifications or watch videos. The link then summarizes the negative consequence. This constant potential for diversion can hinder academic performance. Notice how both paragraphs use neutral language, like proponents argue, is believed, critics raise valid concerns, and it is argued. This shows we are explaining the views fairly without injecting our own opinion into these paragraphs. Both paragraphs are well developed and present the arguments objectively, which is exactly what the examiner wants to see.
So, to sum up, what are the absolute key things to remember to succeed in a discussion essay? 1. Identify the two views. The question will always give you two sides to discuss. Make sure you understand what they are. 2. Structure is non-negotiable. Stick to the tried and true 4-paragraph structure. Introduction, body paragraph 1, discussing view A, body paragraph 2, discussing view B, and then the conclusion. 3. Be a neutral judge. This is crucial. In your body paragraphs, your job is to explain each view fairly and neutrally. Use reporting language, not argumentative language. 4. Use contrast language. Make sure you use words like however or on the other hand to clearly signal when you are switching from discussing view A to view B. This is vital for cohesion. 5. State your opinion clearly. If the question asks for your opinion, and it almost always does, make sure it's clear in both your introduction and your conclusion. This shows you can analyze the arguments and form your own viewpoint. If you keep these key takeaways in mind, you'll be able to write a well-structured, balanced, and high-scoring discussion essay every time.
Thank you so much for watching. We've covered a lot today, and I really hope you now feel confident and prepared to tackle any discuss both views essay type that the IELTS test throws at you. Remember the structure, remember to be neutral in your body paragraphs, and remember to clearly state your opinion where needed. If you found this guide helpful, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more IELTS tips, strategies, and lessons. We've got lots of other great content coming up to help you ace your exam. Our next video will be breaking down the problem solution essay type, which is another common one you'll see, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And finally, do you have any questions about discussion essays or anything we've covered today? Please let us know in the comments section below. I'm always happy to help you out. Until next time, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.